Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, November 11th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. The previous session had a huge day. Inflation data came out better than expected, and that triggered a huge 1-hour rally prior to the RTH Open. After that, the market had a steady continuation higher into the close, which capped a massive day, plus 5% for the ES. That's huge. Biggest day of the year here, and off of these lows, it was needed, much needed here, as this lower high or potential developing lower high could have led to another round of weakness ahead. So this was a huge day and needed it at the right time. The break here occurred right through a key level here. If you look right there, these highs about 39.30. That has been a very key pivot in the charts here. You have 4,200 up above, and down here you got 36.30. That's basically your key range, right? That's your key range high, your key range low, and your key range midpoint. And look how this market is traded off of those key range levels. So right now, pushing through that key range midpoint, and the expectation here would be for a continuation likely to the top of the key range, 4,200. And along the way, you have 200-day moving average and yearly VWAP. For today, it could be mostly a digestive day. Already a narrow day, 38% of average range. And we could be looking at kind of a range-bound day as price attempts to hold above that 39.30 level, with a shot at continuing higher on a swing basis. Now, does this rally last, and is that the end of this entire move down? Probably not. Once we do see that rally, it could be, a short-term rotation to the upside that ultimately leads to another broader move down. So until price can really push back above 4,300 and really start opening up some movement through these highs, you're likely going to see these rallies fizzle out. So again, right now, above 39.30 suggests a move back to yearly VWAP and the 200-day moving average, with a shot at moving into the key range high at 4,200 in the near term. If we take a look here at the NQ, very similar price action yesterday, only tech led. Tech had massive double-digit gains. This one was at 7+% for the index itself. Massive stop run day up. Again, very much needed rally, because this thing was developing a lower high that could have sent this thing through the lows. As it is right now, we have this trading range here, 10.6 up to 11.750, and right now we're trading just shy of 11.750 after bouncing off of it a little bit earlier in the day. Very clear trading range action here, very good market structure. Above 750, above 800, we'll start to open up a return higher toward 13K. 13K right here is right around where yearly VWAP is, and you have a falling 200-day moving average at 12,750. That could be a good upside target from a bullish perspective if price can push through that 11.8 zone up ahead. For today, again, mostly digestive. This day could be mostly range bound, and you want to see prices hold, above 11.5 here as it builds some energy for what could be a break and continuation up ahead. If we take a look here at crude oil, while the broader market was rallying yesterday, crude oil sat mostly in a range bound day at the lows. Today, though, up 3+%. Big rally today off of the previous year's low. This one is also working off of key range levels as well. You'll notice this key range low here, that's around 76s. You have this key range high here, 93.64, and then the key range midpoint right here is about 85. And so far, ever since this little break here, the price has been able to hold that midpoint of the key range. That could open up another test up above. And again, this key range is going to dictate which way we go here. If it's to the upside, we have some targets up above that could be reached as high as 102s. Maybe even a full-on range target toward 111s. If we remain in the downtrend, though, then we could ultimately be looking at a downside 100% target. We've been in a trend down this way, a trend down this way. We're still building some energy here in this range. So if you break that midpoint of the key range, that could open up a test at the low and maybe lead to additional weakness ahead. So we have levels on both sides of this key range to watch. If we take a look here at gold futures, gold futures right now up about 0.8% and is experiencing the biggest rally that we've seen in a very long time. We had earlier in the year where we had this massive rally here that took us to the blow off top above 2050. This is the biggest rally since then. Huge move. The way it's doing it are percentage gains that are huge. This was a massive day. This was a huge day. Yesterday, another massive day. And as I mentioned before, this was Friday's range right here. Big time day on a rare triple bottom that put us through the 1680 market structure edge. I mentioned that by closing back above that edge finally, you're likely going to see 60 handles higher to 1740. But now we're pushing through 1740 and breaking a downward regression channel. That is tremendous. The strength that we're seeing right now is as bullish as it's been in a very long time. And now you're breaking an upper channel boundary. Again, this could lead to more strength up toward break even on the year and the previous year's midpoint, which is basically between 1820 and 1830 are those confluence of pivots. We've seen a lot of action there already this year, and the fact that we're breaking back above 1680 could open up a wide-ranging move back to that level. You also have yearly VWAP in the 200-day at 1807s. That's up ahead as well. So on the next pullback to 1740, ideally bulls defend and you see a continuation higher. But a big time move right now for gold that continues to develop ever since Friday's massive squeeze day. Lastly, let's take a look here at ETH futures. This one down right now 4.5%. This one's had some big days. Big days lately. 20% days, 15% days, huge days. Massive sell-off. Look at that strong top here, sold off to this bottom. We've now bounced back. That bounce back gets us very close to the midpoint of that move, which would be a new key range. If we get right here, that's the midpoint of the move, and that cements a new key range here that could be super useful heading into next month's market and moving forward. So right now, these forward-looking PivotBoss pivots here give you the range and also gives you the extensions outward, and that is what we'll be looking at right now. So again, able to stave off prices below 1,000. Big time bounce back day yesterday. This could provide a very good usable key range moving forward if we can get that midpoint up ahead. That midpoint is in the 1350s. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck. Trade well. Happy Friday. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.